All right, guys, so we are here at the Silverado campout, and it's a car show tomorrow. We had a lot of rain, so they're kind of got things a little bit different. So we're gonna kind of drive through here and try and find the guys we're hanging out with tonight. He said along the fence, so I was thinking maybe over here. We usually don't camp on this side because it's usually just dirt, but it's kind of grassy. You know, it's kind of weedy, mowed weeds. So that's about as good as we can get for Volkswagens. So yeah, we're just gonna go look around, try and find the guys, and look at some of the sights around here. Kind of fun. Yeah, so there's a few buses around. We'll take an e-bike ride around, and we'll look at it that way, and we'll also take a look at everything at night. So there'll be those stuff in here. If there's a car show, I hope some guys show up. I'm going to text a few people and tell them it's really dried out. They said it was really wet, muddy, and it's really not right now. It's actually perfect. It's actually no dust. That's always good. So here they are. They've got it all roped off for me. The welcoming committee's here. So here's Robert and the guys. I said they'll move some stuff around when I get here. So
it's like regular Christmas lights.
yeah.
And the other ones are the fairy lights.
That looks pretty neat in the video.
And it's got candles inside. Those fake candles.
Wow. It's a bus.
It's a regular bus.
We thought it was like something else.
See it? It's all on the top.
That's crazy. I don't know if I can get it any wider.
Look at the candles inside.
Oh, he's got candles inside. Cool. That looks amazing. Yeah, I got my blanket on. Walking through some camps here. Oh, this looks kind of cool. Lantern. It's so weird how much brighter it looks in the video. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Another look. Let's back up a little. Looks pretty neat. This is a smudge pot. A little smudge pottage. That's kind of cool. You got custom lights?
Yeah, what's going on, Mike?
Cool. Wow, that lights up like daylight.
Oh, that quickly.
Well, it's a wonderful morning here out in Silverado Canyon. Looking at all the buses as we're walking along here. Kind of cool. Where Charlie's at. This is Charlie. He does the SoCal buses at the beach. So yeah, this is their little camp spot. His nice looking SO42, and then they've got the rust bucket there. I don't know whose that is. Look kind of cool though. Just gonna walk over here to the front. There's just some cool, that looked like a cool setting there. Right along here seems to be a lot of nice looking buses. So some areas they have the other, it's kind of mixed up this year because usually we have a swap meet like right over there, but it's a mud bath over there, just this area. So that's why we're in the sun this year, because the ground's a lot better over there. It's not been very hot, so it's really nice. So we got a few buses out, and the Volkswagens are going to go into the show. Maybe these guys are tent campers. This isn't very good ground for tent camping right now, so we'll go on over there in a minute. So because of the mud this year, they had all the cars come in this way. So other guys were, I was talking to guys who were like, no, I'm not going to the show. Well, if you didn't come, you wouldn't have had to drive through the mud, just so you know. And this is not muddy out here because the sun's on it most of the day, so it dried out pretty good. So the car show is actually gonna be pretty good. Man, that is a rough looking Kia. Needs a lot of work. I think he's just gonna leave it like that. That's fine. So yeah, it's all pavement. Just come right in there. That's what they're doing this year instead of the other. Worked out really good. That was actually a great idea. I was wondering how they were gonna handle that. Of course, Periscope, you know, I think that everyone's gonna doing this. Of course, they do a good job. And that's why I came up with this plan in advance. So is it a 356A or B? I wonder. A looks like to be the early one, I think. I don't know, you know. You guys tell me. I do not know Porsches. I think it's the dual taillights that are the early ones, from what I remember. But it is nice. Wow. That's an interesting looking Super. So I think this thing, there's only like a couple of these in existence or something weird like that.
Yeah, and that's doing it really.
It's
And so you got a moron.
It's only
flipping burgers.
like a couple of these that are really around. I think 2 or something. Those are real rare body. I think the same with this one.
That's the thing that people don't realize.
I don't know. If I had one of these, I think I'd probably want to restore it just because it would be really cool looking. Do the real nice big metal flake on it and make it back to the way it used to look. Look kind of neat. A 61 Coyote. That is. All right, guys, this is a pleasure to see here. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about this car. This is a 53. This is an oval, not a split window. They had mid-year change. And this car sat in the showroom in Canada. In fact, he bought it and half the car was faded because of the fact that it was sitting in the showroom for so long in the dealership, and it was in like Victoria, Canada. So some really cool things about it is it still says, if you see here, like the delivery to Canada. Let me see if I can get the lighting just right so you can see that. How's that? You can see the delivery plate, but also the writing.
Oh, they love it. And they're friendly.
And they wrote K-A-N-A-D-A, I think that's what it says, right? So the Germans back then didn't really know what Canada was, probably. But this is the way it is. These are all 100% original accessories. The lights, you know, these are original German ones. So this guy put all the best accessories on it. It even still, if you see the blanked out plate behind there for the horn, they had a blank behind it that was normally on the cars. These are things that I know because I've seen it over the years. Original tool set. And when they put the tool set there, they put the belt behind here. So on the premium model accessories. So that's kind of unique. These are, everything here is original. This is the original tools there, original dipstick there. This is the all the original stuff for the front. It's never been replaced. It's still original because it's sat in a showroom. These are original accessories here. And this is really neat. Look at, I mean, these are the Robri originals. You see they're kind of squared off the edge of them. I always thought they were just rounded. And then these ones here, and they just look so nice on there. Now these are gold colored. I don't think I've ever seen another set of these, and that is original. The gold colored VW. And then these here, I don't think I've ever seen one of these and what they were designed to do. And these were made by, what are they? If you can read that, let's get you guys up nice and close so you can see. I've only seen this car one other time, and it was about 6 years ago. He doesn't have it out very often. If you look there, it's a Siemens, I think. I don't know. And it brought the air up to go further up the windshield. So the radio push button, look at that, for all the preset stations for your AM. That is just so cool. The owner's really a nice guy. His name's Bob. Seen him around. I talked to him before about this car, and then I got an opportunity to see it here, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If you look at the push button radio, that's neat. And the AM FM Blaupunkt, that's the German one. So shift locker, shifter lock, original. And if you look here, the e-brake, I don't know if that's an add-on. Maybe it was. Maybe they just came like that. I don't know. If you look here, that's the heater knob back in the back on the 51 to, or you know, the early ones, the up to like, I don't know what, when they changed that, but the early ovals had like the split window where the heater is. That's where mine is on mine, my 54. So the original seat upholstery is still here. This is original. This is not reproduction. It's 100% original. So if you see here, these had a screen that went across. We have the horn button with the extra horn ring. I think that was an extra option to have a horn button that has that bigger ring. That is really cool. I'm sure if they had a repop with that, it'd be so expensive. And it wouldn't be the quality that these were back in the day. Now, if you see here, I'll show you this. You see these little things right here? This is what they did is they made like a little pillow with, and if you can see, that's the original cloth right there. I'm trying to focus you and zoom it in here. That's the original cloth, and what they did is they made a little pillow that they shoved up in here to keep the sound from going into the front of the car. So in the late models, you'll see like foam where they put some sort of spray foam up in there to keep the air from going in. That's where you get your rust. And the early ones, even up to like 50, to the early 60s maybe, it was somewhere they changed it and they put in these pillows right there. Made a little pillow. They just had some extra of this cloth. You can see the cloth is the same, and they just make a little pillow real quick, and they would just shove it up in there as part of the upholstery. So yeah, this is original. They had this, he had this resprayed with lead base, the same paint that they use. I think it's lead based lacquer is what they used back in the old days. to get everything to be the same because the one part of the car was faded from sitting. Other than that, it's 100% original. Look at that engine. It's just fantastic. All the original stuff. So if you wanted to see what was original on a 53 late, they had a lot of stuff that changed during that time. They still have the Hart taillights, of course. You want to see what those are like. Hart taillights. Single pipe. I don't know if that's a different single pipe. Maybe it was an upgraded one. I don't know. Not sure on that. But the dealer put this on there, I think. These are super rare to find that vent, the original one. And then he's got his, I think he added that on. I'm not sure. Maybe the dealer did. I don't know. I think he said this is the way it came. These here are really unique. All that chrome like that, all the way across. And then if you look here, the rack is original. So if you want to see what an original early rack was like. Yeah. Look at they used fuel hose on there, it looks like to me. They had the braided hose on there. It's a good idea actually because it wouldn't scratch the paint as much. And there's the original emblem. So it's really cool. Now, I don't know what's going on with these clocks on here. Is that, you know if that's an original accessory, the clocks on this?
I didn't get.
I
saw those there. I didn't.
It's just like there's so much to see here. It's like you can just spend hours on this car. And then he had the shifter with the gear selector on it. There was something else. Oh, this net thing. That's original. And you know what? Some of these accessories you may not even know existed. This was a dealer, so he had it, and they had a coat rack. Let's see if you can see how that is. That's the coat hanger, an extra size one, so you can get a bigger coat in there.
Check out the ashtray with the light that feeds down onto the carpet in front of the ashtray.
What?
It's a hella accessory.
Oh my goodness! This right here. Let's get up close. I have never seen this. I didn't even know they made it. This right here is a light that lights down onto the ashtray. I mean, people smoked back then. You got to think about the era, and a lot of people smoked back then, especially the Germans. They really did.
Oh, they're chain smokers.
Yeah, they were chain smokers.
I think they still are.
Yeah, and the uniqueness of this thing here. This is original, and look at it. It's still got the emblem on there. That is this is really cool. Look at the brake pedals, brake pedal covers. Those are even a little different than what other ones. And look, it has a.
Do you go to Daytona?
Daytona. No, I didn't go to Florida.
Okay.
I've been in Florida, but I didn't go to any shows there.
Yeah, I thought you did something for that.
Look at this, guys. Look at that. That there. I've never seen that. Never.
High beam, low beam.
Yeah.
What is that? Just
a rubber cover with Volkswagen emblem on it. I don't think that was in very many. What's up under here that's different? All these switches here.
You got a cigar lighter right there. See that?
What's this, cigar?
That's right there, right above your.
What is those two switches?
See the round circular thing?
Wait.
Yeah.
So this is a cigar lighter that goes in there. I don't want to push it up too hard because it'll start heating up. So that is crazy. And he has the reserve switch too behind here. So there's stuff hidden behind. He's got the reserve switch behind, the extended reserve switch, because when you have this accessory on there, you're going to want that so you can reach your reserve switch. Your reserve extension. Did you see that already or no? Yeah. Wow. I don't know what these two switches are right here. But he's got for accessories.
He's got the rack in there.
Look at that clock.
You can't reach down past that rack and turn it.
This is stuff you'll just never see, you guys. So that's why,
It's twisted.
since this car was here, I really wanted to film this. This is original rubber. And if you see here, they switched it in the early split windows had 2-piece or 3-piece, well, 2-piece, I guess, rubber here. If you see that, in late 53 or whatever, later in the year, this was kind of a mid-year change. They had all 1-piece. So yeah, there's that, and it is original. So it actually is dealer stamped rubber or factory stamped rubber, which is, you can see that it's got some wear on it, but that's original. So everything on this car is just so unique because it's just original and it's not been replaced. So he has these two, and those are original, huh? These
yeah, the Foxcrafts, these are steel.
oh wow. Original.
Yeah,
I mean,
the tough thing about all of this stuff from a person who's rebuilding one of these cars is that none of this fits.
no.
Because
No, it doesn't.
The fenders have been hit so many times, or have been stamped
Anything,
so many
yeah.
times. They don't have the same line.
No.
And so you go to match.
If you went to get like a 53 one and you went to like a 60s one, they're going to be totally different. Even though the fenders use probably the same stamps, they just keep fixing them up or whatever. They're beating them down, and then the stamps get worn out, and then that was okay. You know, that was.
That's what happens on
So, and then they would have to reform them again, and they wouldn't be quite the same. So yeah, how that fits so tight, you know, it's just super rare. I mean, this is a really neat car. So yeah, it's just like, you guys, this is like a really, really neat. It has the round one. They had a round one. They had later had square. And this one has, I think, what, the little H emblem on the stuff for the engine. And if you look here, the fuel pumps, they had a couple of different fuel pumps on these early cars. And this will give you an idea that the 53 had the threaded side. I forget what it was, the difference was. Another guy was showing me that. And this one had what? That's weird that it has a lip on the pulley. Maybe that was replaced or something, because they usually had a flat lip pulley on those, which is kind of interesting. So we don't really know why it has a round lip on it, because usually they were flat. And then it could have been, you know, the dealer. It was serviced at the dealer. Maybe that year they didn't have a timing mark. You know, that might have been why they replaced it and put a later model one on. But again, this was owned by the dealer, so everything's original. Other than, the only thing I see is just interesting that isn't right. Isn't what we know is right. We don't know if it's. Everybody says that it's supposed to be a flat lip that year, but I don't know. So anyway, guys, a really neat car. We'll do some faraways on it just so you can see. It's just absolutely in just pristine condition and original. Now, one of the YouTubers were filming one in Texas like this, and it was like a 60 or 61 and 62 or 63, I think. I can't remember what year it was. And they didn't know what they had. This is crazy. Something like this, and especially being early oval, being this. Oh, and it has the original. These are original beauty rings. Really neat. I'll show you guys the original tool set again. I don't know if I got it in here. Let me back it up a little bit. Get the distortion out of it. Really neat car. Oh, and look at these mirrors here. God, I just keep looking around. I see more stuff. It's like, it's really crazy. It's just so many things on this car that are just so unique. It's definitely cool. See your comments on it, guys. And you know, the hood. That is just so cool. Oh, and the speaker in the back. He's got an extra speaker. I just saw it. Hopefully I got that in frame for you guys. Speaker, there's some unique accessories on the back of the seat too. I mean, it's got just crazy stuff in here. There's support bars on there and stuff that didn't even know existed. Look at this again. Squared off edge on the rotary, and it's located back here. I always thought they were supposed to be up here as a toe kick as when you get in and out of the car, but this one's located back here. Maybe, not really sure why. Maybe to get in the back seat. I don't know, but they usually I've seen them in the middle, like right here, located right here. But for some reason, this one's back here. Other thing we're questioning on it is we saw the rubber. Maybe that's been replaced, because I thought they had a space at the end of the lines on this. So maybe the dealer replaced that, but that's the way he bought the car. It was already like this. Nobody knows. It's really cool. Really unique car. Talk to you guys later in the video. So those of you guys who are following the real street class, there's going to be a new guy coming out who's an old school racer. I was just talking to him. He's got 3 engines built. He's going to, I don't know, it's going to be pretty exciting. They're going to make that thing into something crazy. Well, this is a really nice square you got here. It's really nice. Super clean. Sunroof model too. I think that was a pretty rare option on these. Here does he say it is? 69. Wow. Got the beauty rings on it. Well, this guy is, that's a really nice vert. He's a really nice guy too. He worked his way into this one little by little. I think sold a few cars, and bought others, and then I think he likes this one. I think I see why too. It's really nice.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing all our minds and put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me? Then will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me? And will you get bored of killing me?
What the heck is it?
What? What? Okay.
What the heck is that?